So the man in the arena that was a quote, a reference to Theodore Roosevelt's speech that he gave April 23rd, 1910, in France.
Okay.
So in Paris, France, he gave this speech. And so, yeah, found the entire speech, but specifically even these couple paragraphs, to be something that I keep coming back to. I find it encouraging, especially when I want to get out of the arena. I want to throw in the towel, tap out. I think Theodore Roosevelt, not just in his words, he was a great orator, a great speaker, but also in his life. I think he was, in a lot of ways, a man worth imitating, being that sort of man, being in the arena. And so I thought maybe it'd be good even to read this couple paragraphs, and that would be relevant.
Read it.
Yeah, so
Do
there
it.
you go. There you go. So this is Teddy Roosevelt. This is towards the end of his speech. The poorest way to face life is to face it with a sneer. There are many men who feel a kind of twisted pride and cynicism. There are many who confine themselves to criticism of the way others do what they themselves dare not even attempt. There is no more unhealthy being, no man less worthy of respect than he who either really holds or feigns to hold an attitude of sneering disbelief toward all that is great and lofty, whether in achievement or in that noble effort which, even if it fails, comes to second achievement. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. So that was Teddy Roosevelt in April of 1910 in Paris.
And what was he do you know what the context for the speech was? Like, what was he
I don't remember the context of the speech. I have those notes. I'd have to find them, but
No,
yeah, it
that's
was
fine, yeah.
some kind of tour I think he was doing there. And so Teddy Roosevelt, again, being that sort of man, fought a lot of battles and some of the literal battles. So he was a man of war, and then also, political, social, certain things, even in his battles, I probably at this point would find myself on the other side of him in some questions. But that approach of even being the man in the arena as opposed to the man who is criticizing, sneering, disbelieving, has something to pick at. And
Yeah,
so,
on the sidelines,
right,
in the cheap seats.
exactly right. Yep. And I think that is relevant to all of us in whatever, situation we're in. But even particularly as Christians, I think we are tempted maybe to approach questions theoretically, maybe theologically, as opposed to applicably trying to build something, trying to fight for something, trying to make something work, aiming for that reality. And I think it's the Christians, it's the people who get out of just their theoretical cynicism, criticism, being on the sideline, and actually rolling up their sleeves and doing the work, building and battling, who make something happen, or who at least then strive towards that. And so I think that's where the context for that quote is, even the title, "Man in the Arena." And then specifically for Charlie Kirk, yeah, I don't think I've really followed him actively. I mean, I would see snippets here and there, but I do admire that approach, again, of being able to put yourself out consistently, continually, and being willing to, again, go into those sorts of battles and fights, whether you win or lose, but you're in the battle. And I think that is not easy to do.